All right, guys.
Woo!
You got this. All right. Woo!
Jared Chatterley, Parks and Recs Director for the city of Raton. This is the mom, the big one, Master of the Mountain. It's a beautiful day out here at Lake Maloya this morning. And you've got, for number 7, this is the 7th year that this has gone on. So you've got how many participants?
We started out with 59 who registered and paid the registration fee. We had a couple no-shows, so we're starting the race off with 52.
That's keeping numbers. I know that's not as big as what you've really wanted, but it's keeping numbers in the general area of around 50, 60 participants.
Yep, we've always had a goal of having 100 participants. We've always hovered right around 60. This is a little downside, but for whatever reason, 60 seems to be the number. But we keep on hoping for 100, so we'll see what happens.
The mom has kind of spawned a couple other projects and other events that have come along. What are those?
Well, we've did the dad. The dad is kind of it's more just mountain bike focused with some different challenges. We're thinking of this coming summer to do more of a kayak, just a boating element, where we'll, along with state parks, we'll focus on some kayak races, different distances like that. And we'll see where it goes from there. But there's a lot of different things that have spurred, and a lot of people have noticed that the kayaking on the lake, and I don't know if that's necessarily attributed directly to the mom, but kayaking in the area has definitely picked up.
And the mom has kind of become part of a bigger event of type of mountain biking, those kinds of things throughout the region?
Yeah, there's in fact the run element of the mom is part of the Raba Cinco race series. It's a 10 race series is put on between Colorado and New Mexico. We market our race throughout Colorado, New Mexico, Texas. That's mostly where we pull from, and we actually do a lot of cross promotion with different events. They're doing something similar, so we're connected in a whole bunch of different ways to different adventure races that are going on throughout the state and even the Southwest.
And what is the race? Tell everybody kind of what the race entails.
Absolutely. So the race starts first with the run, and it's a 6-mile run and goes right around Little Horse Mesa. They come right back to the boat ramp. There they transition to their kayak or whatever watercraft they have, and they paddle the perimeter of Lake Maloya. And then they come back, they transition to their bike. They then bike from here to the Raton Trap Club, where they finish with the shotgun shoot. So you can do that as a solo participant and do all the elements, or if you want to put together a 2, 3, 4-person team and break up the different elements among your teammates, and that's what kind of makes it unique.
And how many teams do we have this year?
This year we have, wow, that put me on the spot. We've got 4, 6, we have 13 teams.
And the rest are individuals?
And the rest are individuals, sure enough.
So the individual part of this is more of kind of like an endurance race, right?
Absolutely. In fact, we market it as basically a triathlon with a shooting component, but it is, if you do it solo, it is an endurance race.
What do you got coming up later on this year?
Pretty much as far as adventure races and things, that's pretty much it. We're not going to do the polar bear plunge this year just because numbers have waxed, and we're going to kind of step up back away from the polar bear plunge. So this is kind of the last hurrah for the Park and Rec Department this year.
Then we get started next year. How are the parks and stuff looking for you guys?
Parks look great. We've had a fabulous spring, very wet, everything. Probably not so good for the folks who actually mow the grass, but for those who enjoy the parks, it's been a beautiful, beautiful summer.
And how is Roundhouse Park coming? I know that's a big trail park as well as Climax Canyon. What have you seen participant-wise on those parks?
The participation at Climax Canyon is fabulous. It's well maintained, and because it's been a beautiful summer, the guys keep a little logbook there at the trailhead, and it is a regular stop for folks who are exercising, getting in shape for events like this, or just folks who want to get out of town, but really not being out of town and enjoy the woods. So Climax Canyon has been great. I am amazed at the number of people who come to Roundhouse to walk in the morning and in the evening. There are, even bad weather, there's people who are there all the time. And I give kudos to Jason Phillips and the public works guys who have kept Roundhouse Park. It used to kind of be mowed maybe once a year, and that was it, but they've done a great job of keeping it mowed. It looks really good, and that has definitely increased the participation of folks coming to Roundhouse Park.
Are there plans for improvements out there as well?
Well, you must know. So yes, we are going to work on it fall. Hopefully this spring we're going to have our sand volleyball pit put in back behind the aquatic center there by the horseshoe pits, and so that's kind of the big addition that we're working on. And so eventually, hopefully, phase 2 will come to the aquatic center, which will be the rec center part, and that'll really be the marquee facility there in Roundhouse Park.
Did they have any horseshoe events this year?
They did. We hosted 2 of the state tournaments. One was in the first part of, or towards the end of June. The other one was the first part of August. That's put on by Larry Gallegos, and those are state-sanctioned horseshoe tournaments that help go to the state, I guess, pitching tournament, whatever you call that.
Okay, appreciate it, Jared. You've been a busy boy this summer. There's no doubt about it.
I am very much looking forward to fall. Absolutely.
Well, that's usually when things get busy again with school, you know.
Well, that's if the school folks can pick up the kids after we've taken care of them for the summer.
Okay, appreciate it, Jared. Thanks.
You bet. Thanks, Marty.